guys, welcome back to my channel. It's me, PK, Princess Kitana, and today I'm going to be giving you a tutorial on how to use a guitar. So for this is a beginner tutorial. This is more of just some things that you should know, some things that you should have, little tips and tricks here and there. And with that, let's get started. So in order to start to learn how to play guitar, you're gonna have to have a guitar. And with that, I'm going to be teaching you the things that come with an acoustic guitar. Right here. So there is two main guitars that you have. You have electric and you have acoustic. For me, I'm just going to teach with the acoustic because I like it better, just chilling with the acoustic sometimes. I'm going to teach you some things or tell you some things, that you would need, or just things that you should know if you have a guitar or will have a guitar. So with that, when you have a guitar, you have, basic things: string, capo, tuner. If you don't know what that is, that's okay. The strings on the guitar, which was just gone, but that's okay, is, basic strumming. So with that, you always want to make sure that you replace those strings every 3 months or so, 100 hours of play. And with that being is because the moisture from your hands, constant, it's not going to give you the same effect as it will the longer you have it. So the newer strings you have, the better sound you play, more it gets to your guitar, the more you go, yeah. Okay, and then with that, you will have some main things that come with your guitar, or not come with your guitar, just other things you could use. There's two types of strumming techniques with your guitar. Well, not strumming techniques, how you play your guitar. So with that, you can use your fingers, and I'll show you that with the guitar too. And then with that, you can also have the pick. Right here. Little triangle pick here. I kind of like my picks, a little shaped different. But this here is a guitar pick. Many people, sometimes they like using the pick in their hand. They prefer the pick, or, there is also a little covers that go over your fingers. That way it doesn't hurt as you strum, because sometimes when you do play, and this has happened to me before, this has happened to everybody, when you do play with your thumb, or, your fingers from constantly rubbing against, you will get blisters on your thumb. So sometimes, it's better to put little sleeves over your fingers, just so that way you can pick that way. It really depends on how I play. If I'm looking for more just playing Seven Nation Army, I'm gonna go with, my fingers, because it's easier for me to, move around. But if it's something more that I'm playing like Sweater Weather, I'm gonna go ahead and use a pick, just because I want more of that longer, louder effect, and I can just keep going, try to keep up with it with my hands. And, I can't really do that so much with my hands, but it really depends on how you're gonna play and what you're gonna play. You also have a capo. So with a capo, what a capo does is it helps change the sound of your guitar. So I'm gonna show you what that is right here. So you have we have multiple different types of capos, but mainly you have these two right here. This is one, and I'm holding that the wrong way. Goes like this, right over the neck. And you have this. So I'll actually demonstrate you on how to use that on the guitar. And with that, you have different frets on the guitar. You have each little box or rectangle is a fret. So this is 1 fret, this is 2 fret, this is 3 fret, 4, 5, 6, and so on. So with that, then you have each little part. Now this part here is called the neck, and that's where you will find the frets of the guitar, and that's where you will be, using your chords. And with that, you have these little dots. These are your position dots. With that, it's kind of a marker here for me, so you see, this is here. This dot 3, 5, 7, 9, and it just keeps going. So with that, when you kind of get more used to it, you're like, okay, I gotta start at 7, and you're like 3, 5, 7. Got it. Instead of thinking 1, 2, 3, and that took me a while to get used to, but you'll get it. But there was also little dots here on the side that also can indicate, so you don't have to go and be like with that. You also have this right here, and you have your capo. Capo just goes over like that. Awesome. So we have your capo here on the neck. So with that, you want to make sure that you put your capo in the middle of the fret. So with that, I kind of have it a little curved. Now you don't want it like that, because the sound, you can hear it, but there was a little bit of that rumble in the beginning. So you just want to make sure it's right in the middle, pretty lined up. And then with that, sounds nice. nicer, flows a little smoother. So depending on what you play, you will have different levels of the fret. I've only played a couple songs that were down here, so mainly it's up here. I usually get commonly on the 3rd fret, but you know, it depends on what you're playing. So your strap is what you will use to connect the guitar, you know, just to kind of strap it around your body. With that, I mainly use a strap more with an electric guitar, because with an electric guitar, I tend to stand up when I play that. Versus an acoustic, I'm mainly just chilling, I'm sitting down, I'm more like, you know. So with that, you just have a basic strap here like this. You can get this anywhere. Everything that I'm showing you, you can either get at a Guitar Center, online, Amazon, you know, not sponsored, wish I was. But here's my electric right here. So with that, you just kind of have it like this. Now, I did not prepare this one. I don't have it tuned and stuff, but also I need an amp for that. But I will just show you how to use the strap. Now, depending on your acoustic, you will have that other bolt, but I don't. So you just, little hole right there, you just kind of put that in like that. And then you come to the other end. Like that, and then you just also put that right there. So now you have it connected to both sides. You have your strap here. Now you want to make sure you have a nice, good, and tight strap on it. One that's pretty new, not like the line to insert it is not too ripped open, because I have made that mistake before of having a strap that was ripped too much, and then when I put it on, the guitar fell, and let's just say I was really mad because then I ended up chipping my guitar, and you don't want that to happen. You want to make sure you have a nice, firm, good, sturdy strap that is not messed up or defective. So with that, you just put the strap around your body like so, and there you go. Whee! You know, little curves here on the side. Now for me, I play it on my right? So with that, this little curve here just kind of rest over your leg. Now if you're short, you will need a stool to kind of bring up your foot, so that way it's more even play, versus you have like your foot down and, you know, kind of like leveled. But if you do have a stool, it kind of brings it up and evens it out for better play. Now when you do play, you want to make sure that you're not like, you know, looking over. You want to try to keep your back straight up, you know, kind of like lean it over. And that is something that will progress as you get to play more. You will get more comfortable, memorize it. You won't have to look over. Beginners start to go like this. You just kind of lift it up as you go on, get used to it. And it is something that will take time, and you know, you'll be like, oh, I got it, you know. And it's something that I constantly fix myself up, my posture, fixing the guitar, and now I've gotten used to it. So with the chords is E, A, D, G, B, E. Now with that, I'll just bring it closer for you. So you have your thickest string and your thinnest string. Your thickest string is E. Your thinnest string is also E. So with that, it is a little tricky, but it always, low E is the biggest one, and that is the one you could say closest to you, and then the one farthest to you is the tiny string. A, D, G, B, E. Now I did create my own saying, and there was sayings that you can, you know, find online, but I made a sound, like a rhyme. E-A-D-G-B-E. It's Eve ate Drake's grapes before evening. If you don't know who Drake is, alright, that kind of incorporated it somehow, but I didn't really know what I was going with at the time, but it was very funny and I understood it, so it kind of just stuck with that. And now it's something that I tell everybody when I'm trying to teach them chords. I'm like, Eve ate Drake's grapes before evening, you know? It's kind of, you got it. Like you have a tuner on you. So with that, I'll just bring this to the side and I'll show you. So you can have different types of tuners. You can have an electric tuner. You can have a tuner that goes to yourself on guitar. Now, I myself don't have a tuner that goes onto the guitar. I use the internet. So on my phone, I have this app called Guitar Tuner, and there's millions out there. What you do is you just, you know, tune your guitar on it. But what I do have is I have my laptop here, and you can as well use this on a laptop. And what you'd have here is, I use Guitar Tuner because that's the one I just kind of always use. There's different ones out there, and this one's free to use for your tuning, you know, and it tells you what type of tuning You know, it tells you if you're doing a ukulele, if you're doing an electric, if you're doing an acoustic, a violin, different types of instruments. Like here it even says folk instruments like banjos, you know, all that. I do use mobile. I just download the app. I have a iPhone, but as well you can do it for Android. And then one last thing to go for is your chords. Now your chords is something that I have a booklet for, and you can get a booklet or you can even watch YouTube, which you're probably on right now, and that's what I also did. But Guitar Tuna also has chords, but I also have a book, and with that, you know, you have your handy dandy chords. Now there is easier chords and there is harder chords. Easier chords is things like E, A, G, C, and then you get harder and you get F, and that one, won't even talk about that. But that one, you know, it takes time and it's just something with everything else. The more that you do it, the better you will be. I am going to play my favorite song real quick, and with that I'm going to show you the little picking that goes with that. And you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, or, you know, that position dot as well, which tells me from up here. And it's so you always want to make sure that you hit the middle of the fret, because if you hit it on the side, you will get that sound. But I'm just also kind of flowing with it. But another tip, very important tip, is when you play, and this helped me out. If I could remember this guy's name, I would say it, but I also found him on YouTube a while ago. When you play, you always want to make sure you have the tip of your hand, your fingertip on it. So I always, you know, went like this, kind of grabbed it. I started to learn how to rest my finger on the side, but you always want to act like there's a tennis ball, kind of, there. Because when you learn how there's a tennis ball, your fingers kind of tend to go at the tip of it, and with that you get better sound. So if I act like there's no tennis ball, yeah, but if I act like there's a tennis ball, I get better sound. So that is my favorite tip that I've learned, and it is the best that I've had to this day. So those are some of my tips, as well as some things to learn how to play guitar, as well as what you need, and my lovely handy dandy guitar. So if you do have any questions, you can leave them in the comments. Give a thumbs up if you like it. I'm not going to force you, but I do realize that when you press the like button, it like kind of like goes different colors, kind of like, I don't know, a rainbow or something. I think it's cool, but you should try it out. Give a fire emoji if you think this is fire as well, you know. So, but yeah, so this is my quick little tutorial. And just remember that when playing an instrument, play it to you. Play it to you as an individual, how you connect with it, the rhyme and the rhythm. Just kind of play with that. Play with what you like to play, not with what someone's telling you to play, what you think you should play, or what you kind of just hear. Do what you feel like you should play and how you feel like you should play. You kind of bring your own rhythm, your own taste, your own spice to it. And with that, someone once told me something, and I was like, man, you know, that's kind of cool, you know. They actually made this quote themselves. Music ilu, create, can be an extension of your heart, mind, and soul. They created that, and I was like, that's good. Something now that I think of, a little hard to remember sometimes, but then I just think that I'm like, yeah, just play to you, play how you like to play to your rhythm, right? Go do it how you like it, not how people are telling you to, and you got it. Play an instrument when you want to do it and how you want to do it. Be you, alright? Strum like that, but just try to hit some chords, you know? But you can play like that, that's fine. You know, whatever it is, whatever tickles you. So, see you guys later. Bye. PK.